Welcome to the game where we make circles bigger. And turns out it's more addicting than coffee. The goal of combining these morons together is to make bigger circles to eventually make a watermelon. And it's not nearly as easy as you think. But today I have an advantage. In order to record like this, I have to take my time and think as I go. So we're gonna force the orange that looks like a grenade over towards the bigger orange that doesn't look like a grenade. When he lands there, we're gonna drop the grenade orange on top of him, and those two will hopefully combine into a big cherry. The cherry looks like someone who hasn't figured out what they want to do with their life yet. But we're just gonna keep stacking up just like that for now. As he rolls closer, I'm gonna drop him, then they're gonna combine into two cherries, which are gonna turn into that thing. But as you can see, we're still 5 stages away from a watermelon, so it's gonna take a little bit more effort. Luckily, I have a strategy. It's to keep combining things and make bigger circles. I'm trying not to waste any space because anything that's not currently being upgraded is just taking up valuable real estate. So if I drop this over here, it's hopefully going to slide them over, and then I'm going to drop him here for the same thing. And then everything's sort of in a nice little row. Except for I can't wedge this orange down between those two, so I'm actually going to put him here. Hopefully that won't move those two around too much. Or it's just going to kind of go like that. That's really this game in a nutshell. So I'm going to drop this strawberry down, trying to combine those two. The grapes are close, but not overly. And this is exactly the problem with the game. Because now I've got 2 pieces on either side. They're kind of useless individually. I need them to combine. So I'm hoping if I'm lucky, if I drop this up top, it'll turn into a red thing on top of it and roll to the right with the other one. Nope, but it was closer than you think. So we're already dividing things in a really weird way. I thought that might slide in there. Grapes are a very irregular shape. So I'm going to try and force that down. That's also not going to work, so we're going to drop that there. Well, we're going to put the cherry over here for now. We'll store the little things on one side. This will work. These 3 will combine. Actually, those will all combine. So we'll get a new shape out of it all. Perfect. I know you're just as impressed as I am. Then we're going to try and jam the cherry down in there. They almost touched. But if we drop this in here, that might make those 2, yep, finally touch. So we're going to try and leave the bigger pieces on the right, the smaller ones on the left. And that way we'll hopefully be able to maneuver things to our liking. This one will hopefully touch. Perfect. I can tell we're going places today. I'm actually going to drop this. We're going to put it over here where I can combine with that one because we got another orange one lined up anyway. And keeping with my strategy, I'm going to try and make those 2 touch. I think if I do this, it might alleviate pressure or it might make the problem worse. The beauty is we're still so early in the game that we can kind of make a few mistakes, and it's anyone's guess how it's going to work out later anyway. Because if we drop this here, it'll suck the red thing in, and we still got to get to that orange one underneath. We got to wedge it out of there somehow. For now, I'm going to hopefully just put that there. I think a grape might be the right size to wedge that out. Like if I upgrade that grape now, it'll turn into something different and push the melon thing out of there. I don't like how I can't drop things all the way to the side. So anything that gets to the very edge of the map, it's kind of anyone's guess which way that's going to go. Okay, this is good because I think that turns into a bigger orange. I was hoping that would sit a little bit lower. Well, it is technically touching the orange thing below it. So with a little luck, those 2 will touch eventually. They are shifting actually. It's getting closer. Are they going to touch? They touched, and that makes everything shift. And sometimes when things violently shift, everything changes. So this will eventually turn into something red anyway, so it can sit right there awaiting its next mission, which might be right now. We'll get a chain reaction here, hopefully, or painfully not. So we'll store this off to the side over here, where it'll turn into an orange thing anyway. If this thing turns into a red thing, I need it to roll this way so they can combine over here. Okay, I'm going to do something risky because that thing could roll anywhere. I'm going to try and get that one down. Okay, that didn't... Well, it might still work. I thought I could be quick enough to get that off in between. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we did it. Now we got a pineapple. A very hyper-realistic pineapple at that. So now we can just confidently start smashing things together again. We got a pineapple and very few loose pieces on the board. We're going to drop that because I think that can just nicely sit up there with little issue. I'm going to try and wedge that in there as quick as I can. That way they can combine each other and start cleaning up that bottom row a little bit. My goal ultimately is just fill the whole thing with watermelons. We'll get there eventually. Those might touch. Okay, perfect. And those 2 are going to touch. Perfect. We've got like 6 pieces on the board. That's very good right now. Okay. I don't know why that jumped to the other side. That's not at all where I would have put that. So we'll deal with some adversity here. Because if I put that there, I can drop him. Those will combine. Those will combine. Now that I realize though, we've got the 2 melon things away from each other. You know what? They'll find their way to each other. When 2 things love each other enough, they always find a way. And if we can put enough pressure on the pineapple, it will actually squeeze to the right. That might squeeze that melon thing to the left. It's actually on its way there now very slowly. So if we drop that there, actually, it will put some pressure on to roll that thing the other way. And if I do this, it's a heavier thing on top of it. So we'll just accept that for what it is for now. I just need that melon to go to the left to touch that other melon. Otherwise, we're going to fill this whole area up with fruit and they'll never touch. And they're meant to be together. So we'll just put a light little thing in there. As long as we can get them to at least this level, that's okay. We'll combine those two because those will touch down below. And then there we go. Now I'm feeling a little better. I think maybe if I just drop... Okay, I sort of panicked that. That's fine. We'll put that up there. The strawberries can touch down below. Oh, wait, they're going. They're going. Okay, this is working out okay still because now we got to get another pink thing right here. We got 2 red things already ready to go. So we'll drop, that's fine there. We'll put that there. We'll drop a strawberry somewhere over here where I could just... I regret that already. Strawberry in here. We just need these red things to touch. Perfect. Okay. Oh, they were so... Oh, wait, they're still going to touch. I don't want to put any extra weight on that because then I need the 2 pineapples to touch once they merge. They seem to have settled in the wrong direction. Is this enough weight to coax that pink thing out the other way? It's perhaps not. I need those 2 pinks to touch. So I don't really have a good place to put this strawberry with that in mind because everything's just sort of going to start getting in the way of itself. Well, that might sort of work actually. Yeah, that did work. We got a melon, so we just need 1 more of those and we'll get a watermelon. But obviously things are going to start to get harder from this point because we have much less space to work with. The bigger the circle, the more dead space there is around it. But we're about halfway to a watermelon, so victory is getting closer. We're going to drop that down because I'm pretty sure those at least have the chance of combining if they can find the room for each other. Maybe if I jiggle this side like this a little bit and cause a chain reaction, or if I just dump... Wait, he's going to touch. He's going for it. Not sure if that's actually helpful because the 2 pieces that I need are on other sides of my big stupid melon. In other words, it's very hard to get them to merge now because I'd have to get them over or under the melon, and that's a big melon. Maybe this will actually work out better. Well, not if it does that. Why do circles have to roll so well? Who invented physics? Okay, so I need to remember that the physics really does matter. When you drop, they have momentum. They're going to go wherever they're going. There's not much you can do about that. So I still have a bit of a strategy though. These are going to morph into that. And then this is perfect. Now we can get this one out of the way. Then we don't have a block over there so badly. And then actually, depending on how I can make this one behave, we're just going to drop that one there very carefully. We're going to block off that thing's escape right away because it was going to try and get away. Now look what's about to happen. Well, this big idiot was supposed to roll to the right. We'll give him a little help. Hopefully they have room to touch. There we go. We got a big melon sitting on top of the green boy. I'm not going to lay anything down until things are done shifting because I don't know where everything's going to be in 10 seconds, so I can't strategize. Things seem to have settled enough. Hopefully that sits right in its little pocket. Then that's going to drop in. Kind of needed those 2 to touch. I don't really want to force that too hard, and as long as the 2 orange ones are close over there, they will eventually combine. So maybe if I just pull that out, that's good enough, because then I just need to land another one in there. Oh, I definitely didn't mean to do that. I was looking at the next piece instead of the current piece. So that's not the greatest. It's not the worst, but it's not the greatest. But I don't want to close off that little gap to the left. We need that space. So hopefully this will get all the way down there. Nope. I seem to just be repeating a problem again and again, but that's fine. This is still fine. We can still make this work because if I drop this, we'll get a nice chain reaction going. Then we got one of those guys. The pieces below might be a while before we can do anything with them, although they are shifting kind of nicely. But we're just going to try and build up as many on... Wait. They're going. They're going. Oh, please touch each other. I am tempted to drop this here so that it tries to push that out, because I needed to get just a little bit over to where I could touch that other one and somehow bring it up to touch the other pink one. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced myself either that that's going to work, but we don't really have much of a choice right now. But we got some storage up top. Why did that bounce so weird? Well, that's definitely not great for us. I'm going to put a few pieces down in here to hopefully wedge that over. And this little cherry can just hang out over there. I need you to get down in that gap. Maybe if I do it here, it'll still force it. This is not going well suddenly. Well, we're just going to stack on top and hopefully chain reaction right on top of them all. That's a high enough piece. It can actually sit up there for the time being. And we'll just continue building up on top of these pieces for now. Because it's actually reasonably easy to get to the melon piece down below. All we need is one more red and then those 2 will combine anyway. So we can just go ahead and plug that over there. Those 2 will combine, then those 2 will combine, and then those 2 will combine. It would be nice if that would actually stay up there. Turns out it won't. So that's fine. We'll make do. We'll always make do. That goes there. You can see how we're running out of space quickly. It's not a game of giving you a lot of space to breathe. You got to be very careful how you maneuver things. But I was hoping those 2 would touch. If we coax it this way, it actually might. There we go. Now those two biggies can almost touch. They might, just depending on how things settle. They have such a big... That's going to slide down between them. So for now, I'm maybe just going to fill up this little slot over here, because as things expand, they will hopefully push the melons together. If I push one here, that's going to also help put a little bit of pressure over to the left. We got two of these guys coming in, so this might be good. They'll combine. And this will also combine, pushing the pinks closer. These grapes turn into the orange thing below anyway, so that can actually just more or less sit there for now without too much issue. This will be a nice little chain react. Oh, they were pushing. I should have left them. They were pushing in the right direction. Actually, if I can get those two pinks together without too much more maneuvering, they can actually be a really big chain reaction for us. That is asking quite a lot at this point, though. That I didn't really have much of a choice there anyway, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to go for a bit of a longer strategy here where those two are going to sit there. This might come to bite me. This is a bit of a... They're touching. We did it. Oh, we had the chain reaction we wanted. Perfect. So now we just need one more pineapple to combine with that pineapple, and then they'll turn into watermelon. But as you can see, we don't have a ton of room. So anytime I get a little thing, I'm going to try and just shuffle it over to the left where it can slowly combine into proper big things. And on the right, I don't know if we're going to do anything there yet. It would be nice to just build everything up right here where we could touch the pineapple that's already touching the melon it needs to be touching. So we're going to try and make that happen, but we're quite short on room. I'm almost never this stressed out about fruit. I wonder if I drop this here, if I can bounce it to the crevice to the right. Yep, that actually worked. I really didn't think that would, but I'm not going to get away with that again. But I am going to jam just a cherry down there. I didn't think it would go all the way down there. That's actually a pretty big problem. Okay, well that's going to sit there, and that's perfectly fine. Now this is interesting. We got two of these coming up, so we're going to chain reaction everything, and I was hoping that would have a different hop. We're so close. I just need the pink thing to slide to the left so that orange can go to the right. Then it will drop right into place. I'm just not sure how to put more pressure on that direction specifically. Every time I do things, it's going to counteract me like that sometimes. Actually, that sort of pushed everything together in a way that I approve of. But we're once again very quickly running out of space. So we're just gonna have to start kind of panic combining things soon, just in the hopes that things will jiggle enough to make them work, or we'll actually get a proper strategy going and combine things. That's not great. Okay, we've got way too big of parts, way spread out. I need those two orange ones down below to go away. I'm still optimistic, less so than I was a minute ago, but still wildly optimistic. We just have a little bit space to work with now, and who doesn't like a good challenge? So that's going to be a red one. We're just going to hide these over here where they're not going to bother anyone for a while. The cherries going to go here, and then we're going to combine those into another red. If I can get the cherries to explode the right way, or the strawberries, I was hoping the red would bump up to that one, then roll back to the melon and get those out of my way. So if we put that there and that there, room is getting hard to come by, but these two are going to combine. Then we just have a stupid purple, and oh, that almost worked. That still almost worked. I wonder if we can get that to bump. Come on, climb over. Climb over. Oh, they broke it though. I've got a pretty good thing going here. We're already up to a pineapple. We have a very clean working space, and now I'm all the better. I'm 10 minutes older and 10 minutes wiser, so let's see how badly we can screw this up. Knowing me, probably fairly. That managed to stay there, so that's pretty good. So we're going to try and wedge things more or less where they are. That would be great, because then we could build up right on top of the pineapple with very little other stuff annoying me. And so far so good. We just got to remember where we're placing things for down the road for when they grow into big things. Because down here isn't really going to matter that much right now, as long as I don't push things too out of whack. So we're actually going to put that up there to wedge it all in. So little things down over here for now, because they're shifty and dumb anyway. And bigger things up here, well, they'll hopefully also just stay there and behave. I don't know why it keeps jumping like that. I go to place it and the thing jumps to the other side, so I've really got to be a little more careful. I'm just trying to build up on top of the pink as best I can, because when we get two of those things, they will combine into the next thing, and I need that touching the pineapple as much as I can. So in saying that, we can also go ahead and upgrade this then. Perfect. There's our melon. And we've got quite a bit of nice real estate to work with. As always, it's just a matter of figuring out how we want to put stuff and where to start. I just want some weight down here so this thing stays in the bottom right corner nicely. And then we can start building up on top of it because it's already trying to get away a little bit. But if we can get some nice things to stack up here for the time being, that's great, because that's just a thing for later in the piggy bank. And we need as many of these. Oranges, reds, and light oranges. If those can just kind of sit around the map, eventually they will all pop together. So now it's just a matter of not doing anything too stupid or bad luck. I don't like the way that shifts like that. That really makes me nervous. I'm going to try and leave the lower left right where it is more or less for now. That way it can all just be in its form and we'll get to it later. Things are popping a little bit more out of control than I'd like, but I did manage to get that up there. So if that can stay there, that's great for later because that will come down and fall into place. I'm definitely building a very delicate tower that can and will come crashing down at any random time, but hopefully it's a little bit controlled. All I ever really want is just a nice disposable space. That way I can place things sort of like that I don't have to worry about. I'm going to do something risky. That didn't work, but I think I'm actually going to place that. That wasn't really what I wanted to happen. But if things will make a chain reaction now, I guess I could live with that. Actually, now that I've analyzed that for half a second, that's not terrible. Depending on how things shift out the next few minutes, that could very much be to my advantage. Especially as things keep combining like that. I think I see the light right now. I just got to be very careful how I place the next few pieces. And this will be a big part of that. That's going to be a big chain reaction. And then I have a pink one right there. And then it's back to the same strategy. Anything that's reasonably big goes sort of over here. Anything that's not goes to the left where it hopefully combines and just stays out of my way. This is going to be a bit of a sketchy drop. Hopefully that doesn't go too far that way. Well, ultimately that's probably fine too. I guess I can just make another one of those right away anyway. So that wasn't super great either, but I might be able to wedge that out. You'd think I'd learn and stop trying to do exactly that. Which way do I want this to fall? If I put that there, that's going to go there. Let's try this. I expected that to have a little bit more room. I'm going to wait for those to spread out a little bit. That's not at all what I wanted to happen, honestly. So we're going to go like this for now, and those will combine into a red that's way over there. But that's still fine because we can combine these guys. And this is pretty good, actually. Like, situationally, they're not great. But given that how many big pieces are on the board without little stuff getting in the way and annoying me, it's pretty good. If I can actually make this roll down to the right, which I can't because I'm terrible. Well, we'll make all these combine right there. So there's another orange one up top. I need to be careful how I'm doing this. Okay, got it. Good. There's our pineapple. We do have this melon. I want to try and get some things behind it to get some pressure on that melon to move to the left eventually. That was really bad. Well, the melon is now moving to the left actually, so I'm just going to put a little more pressure just on top of it and it will coax it to the left. Well, we combine these into a red one, so that's actually a good spot for that. Oh, the melon's sliding back. But this is pretty heavy. If I get that binded with a little extra weight back there somehow, that could coax that thing to the left. I realize I'm calling these fruits kind of arbitrary names because I'm not really sure what they are, but you guys could probably more or less discern what I'm talking about. Okay, we got our two those things, so we're getting close to the promised land. I just want to combine some of those so they don't become a jam up later. Okay, they're getting close. They're going to do it. They're going to touch. Oh, he's going to slide back. He let him through. He didn't. Well, you know what? We'll keep putting pressure up there until something happens. We can use maybe that. Maybe to get them to touch. Either way, we're going to need at least 2 more of those yellow melon things. So we need to figure out where to put them and how. And it would all just be a lot easier if those melons would combine right now because I'd have a lot more space to work with. So I'm going to try and put some back pressure and try and force them all into each other. Not sure if that's going to work. I'm sort of building the same problem I had last time now. Okay, well, I didn't expect it to happen that way, but we sort of got a result. We're just going to close that gap as soon as we can because we don't want that to get too carried away. Okay, I'm definitely putting that up there. So we got another orange one. So we definitely need another melon to touch that. Then they go into pink, goes into yellow, goes into green. Yeah, actually, I think I got a pretty good shot at this so far. So we just need to keep doing our best everywhere else. Hopefully nothing shifts too violently and the whole thing doesn't collapse in on itself. But something like this is going to help. I was hoping those orange things would touch each other better. But not the worst thing in the world yet, because that's going to make a red one. I didn't really want that to get over there, but that's maybe ultimately okay. Because if I put that there real quick, yes. Touch, 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 go down. Yeah, watermelon. We've completed our mission. Well, we got 1 watermelon, but you can never have too many watermelons. It's such a nice deep green. The circle of evolution, I think, is complete. What happens if we put 2 watermelons together? We did good with that because we got a watermelon together and we only got a few other pieces actually out there. I think I got a pretty good strategy now though. Basically everything from that orange thing and up goes in one place. Everything smaller kind of goes in the other. And they mostly seem to sort themselves out from there. It's a very hands-off approach. That watermelon's probably getting a pretty strange physics. Once it starts moving, it's going to be very hard to get it to go anywhere because it's probably quite heavy. It is very large. I can get the small things under it though. Actually, if I put this down here, those will combine into one of those. And then we're back to deciding what side we want to put small stuff on, what side we want to put big stuff on. I think I want to try and use the free space on the left because it's nice free space. If I put these two here, they'll all combine up to one of those if they eventually touch. But interesting. Not really what I expected to happen. But that's actually pretty good for us if they behave somewhat. As I say that, that one's trying to get away. We're going to see if we can pop that right out of there. Or just combine it out of the... I should have waited just a second on that one. That one might have boned us pretty badly. But we'll see. Okay. Yep, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to touch. Perfect. Maybe that's just it. We'll have the watermelon rock back and forth to either side, slowly making things combine as it does. It's like a big stirring stick. Things are definitely well on the way to combining all themselves. I'm actually going to put one up here because everything down below I can get it to further do its thing. Okay, we're going to put that there. There we go. That's perfect. And then we can do this actually. And then we got another one of those sitting there. We're getting closer. While we're at it, we're just going to load up with the big oranges up there. These guys are going to get annoying, but eventually we'll combine the strawberries into further grapes, into further whatever they turn into. Like to get rid of that grape, we do that. To get rid of that grape, we do that. And then they'll all turn into orange, which will turn into a red as soon as they want to play together. For now, we're just going to keep stacking those up because they're close enough together. This one we are going to place right here because if it combines one more level, that'll suck the red one in as well. Sort of like that. Perfect. Okay, get down there. Yeah. Do we have room for that? Get in there. Get in there. How much weight do I have to put on that to make it go? Okay, apparently a lot. We're just going to keep stacking weight up here until it decides to squeeze down through there as best we can. Okay, it's already shifting. They're going to touch. Okay, perfect. We got a watermelon plus a pineapple. Things are going our way. Okay, and then we can get these to combine right. I didn't want that to slide down. That's going to be really hard to coax out of there. So we'll see if we can just eliminate the stuff on top of it. Okay, so let me think. We put that there because that's going to... Ooh, just barely snuck that in there. Okay, that. And then the strawberries will get out of the way. I'm going to put this up over here. That's going to go over there. We need a grape to get that grape out of there. This guy can just go here because those guys will turn into that up there. We got some room. Okay, this will get rid of the grape. I was hoping that would get the piece below it. It's going to be really hard to get another pineapple to touch that pineapple. Not the kind of problem I expected I was going to be having today. Yeah, it actually really sucks that that's down there. I don't know how easy that's going to be to maneuver. Actually, if that would slide in there, if I get enough pressure up here, that might actually do it. I just don't really want to waste too many things putting up here because obviously we're already sort of running out of room. They're starting to slide though. Yeah, actually that might just do it. Okay, we'll put a little more weight there. Okay, not at all what I wanted. That was bad. Sometimes it's definitely better to leave the bases loaded, so to speak. That way when things do shift, they all pop into each other and then you get a giant chain reaction. And before you know it, you have a watermelon. I'm going to put that there. These guys, I'm actually tempted to put down there. I don't think it's going to fit though. Yeah, I'm better off putting it up here. Oh, I misclicked that. I meant to combine it with the other orange. Well, it's never too late. If those two touch, okay, that's okay. It's simply okay. Okay, if I do it here, we'll get another one of those. All under control. We'll have 6 watermelons before you know it, believe me. Okay, if I actually time this right, and come on, get down there. Oh, it didn't get down there. I needed that to move. If those 2 reds touched, they would combine into pinks, which would actually turn into the next pineapple. The pieces we need for at least a melon are there. The problem is we are running out of room and they're not shifting enough to make me happy. If I put that, it might kick. Nope, that actually failed us. Well, you know what? We got like 1.5 watermelons. That's pretty good.